Hello, my name is Scott Fromey and welcome to the Backwoodsman Institute. Well, here I am I'm in my horseradish patch tonight, and I'm going to start harvesting some horseradish. Now, horseradish, most of you had horseradish before, but this is what the plant itself looks like, and this is what the root of it looks like after the top's been cut off. The reason I'm doing it now, or I'm getting ready to, is because the best time, the old timers say that when you harvest horseradish, the best time would be in the months that end in R, like September, October, November, and December. Here it is about the middle of October, and I need some horseradish. Shush! So the way that you plant horseradish is you actually plant pieces of the root and bury it, and then it grows, then it keeps growing that way. So after I dig the root, I'll usually cut the top of it off, right below right at the ground level, a little bit above the top, and I'll stick that back in the ground to propagate it. So that's one good thing about horseradish. Once you get it established, you always got it growing. Like I said, harvest it, stick part of it back in the ground, got it from year after year. So one of the things that you need to take in consideration, though, when you're actually grating it or grinding it, is right now it's pretty strong. I don't know if y'all smelled horseradish before, obviously, but once you start grinding it, it gets a lot stronger smell. It's kind of like onions are. If you're in a closed area cutting up onions, how it affects you, waters eyes and stuff. Horseradish is way worse than that. So you got to do it outside, and you got to do it on a fairly breezy day to get that away from you. Otherwise, boy, you're going to be hating life for a little bit. So let's go ahead and we'll grate some of this roots up. Okay, I got my horseradish roots here. They're washed and cleaned. What you're going to need is a vegetable peeler to peel down to the good part of the root. I also got a grater. Now this grater here is, I elected to use this grater right now because I don't have that many to grind up, and I don't, normally if I have a big batch, and I'll get a big grinder out and I'll grind a big batch of it, but since I'm only doing a little bit, I'm going to do it by hand with just a little grater. The other thing you're going to need is some vinegar, because once you grind it, you need to mix a little bit of vinegar in with it. If you don't do that, then it kind of darkens and it gets real bitter. So in order to keep it, you put just a little bit of vinegar in with it. And so, like I said, I'll grate it up, and then I'll pack it in a jar, and it'll keep for probably months in the refrigerator if you don't eat it all right away. But so I'll go ahead and peel down the roots and get them ready to grate. One thing too to take into consideration is the older the plant is, the more woodier the root gets. So you really want a younger one, because it's more tender, and like I said, it's not so woody. I'm trying to grind it up as fine as possible. Like I said, I'm getting pretty good grind of it. Okay, that should do it. Like I said, it's not quite as fine as what I'd like to normally see it, but like I said, with this and a little bit, I think it turned out pretty good. Especially, like I said, on just doing small batches. Now the next thing is to add just a little bit of vinegar in there. I'm just going to pour a little bit in there. Maybe mix it around with a spoon a little bit, just to get it kind of coated with the vinegar. You can kind of tell once it gets, you don't really want it too runny, it ain't going to hurt it. Get it mixed in there. There, that should do it. Start packing it in my little jar here. Pack it in there good in there, and like I said, it'll keep in the refrigerator a good long while anyways. If it starts turning darker color, you know, that's when it's pretty well, you know, it's going bad. Usually horseradish don't stick around the house very long at home. So one thing about with horseradish and grinding up your own horseradish, if you find it's too hot, a lot of people don't know this, but you can add sugar to it and that tames it down a little bit. You can almost, you mix sugar in with it, you can get it to the point where you can just eat it right out of the jar. I like a little bit of bite to it, otherwise it wouldn't be horseradish. So anyways, you guys don't have any horseradish in your garden and you like it, like I suggest you growing your own. It tastes just like anything else. It tastes a whole lot better homegrown horseradish than commercial processing. So that, catch you guys later.